Whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Mehdi Mahraoui, and I am here from New York. Originally, I was born in Morocco, and I live in America. I've lived in America for 15 years now, and I live in a mixed status family. So I am a U.S. resident, and I have two younger sisters. One sister is 17 years old, and she is undocumented, and my baby sister is 8 years old, and she's a U.S. citizen. I have two parents, and I live with both parents. Both parents are undocumented, however, one parent is currently placed on deportation proceedings. So, my story, in 1998, my family came to the US simply because my father wanted a better future for us. And as a young boy in Morocco, my father used to ask me, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I used to tell my father when I grow up, I want to be a bleach seller. And the reason I told my father I want to be a bleach seller is because as a young boy in Morocco, when I was 7, I used to see this man who sold bleach on my neighborhood, and he used to walk up and down the village, and he would say, Javil, Javil, come on and buy your Javil. And that means bleach, bleach, come on everybody buy your bleach. And every morning I used to see this man, and he had a donkey that carried the Javil. So when he walked up and down the village saying, Javil, Javil, come on and buy your Javil, I told my dad, that's the man I want to be when I grow up. I want to sell bleach for a living. So my father sold his house, his car, everything that he owned, and brought my sister and I to the US simply because he did not want me to grow up to be a bleach seller, and he wanted a better future for us. And growing up in America, my father always told me 3 things. 1, to take my education seriously and work hard. 2, that he loves me. And 3, to not tell anyone that I was undocumented. And growing up, I never really understood what it meant to be undocumented until the senior year in high school. In senior year, I was on the beach channel rowing team. I was on the crew team. And I remember all of my teammates, they were applying for colleges and they were being accepted and receiving financial aid. And that was the moment when I realized exactly how much different I was than my peers. And one day my coach came up to me and he asked me what college I was going to attend. And I told my coach, college is not for me, I'm not going to college. And my coach told me, if you don't go to college, if you don't apply to go to college, I'm not going to let you compete this year. I really wanted to compete, so I told my coach, okay, I'll apply. And I applied to John Jay College of Criminal Justice. And I was accepted. A few weeks after I applied, I was accepted to John Jay. And the day I received the acceptance letter was the happiest moment of my life, and it was also one of the saddest and most painful. A few days after I received the letter, my coach came up to me again and asked me what college I was going to attend. And at that moment, I broke down in front of my coach, and I broke down in front of my teammates. And I told them for the very first time that I am undocumented. I can't go to college. My parents can't afford to send me to college. My life sucks. And then I ran away from the room, and I ran to the locker room, and I cried. And I cried in the locker room because I felt embarrassed. I cried because I felt ashamed. I cried because I felt afraid. And while I was crying, 2 teammates came up to me. They told me, you are going to go to college, and we are going to help you. And they did. They helped me to raise money. And for weeks, my teammates and I held fundraisers, and we walked around and asked people for donations. And we told people that we're collecting money so that I can go to college and fulfill my dream. And after a few weeks, we raised enough money for me to attend John Jay. And now I am a senior at John Jay, College of Criminal Justice. And at John Jay, we're educated to pursue justice. And that's how I became involved in the immigrant reform movement, because I find it hard to justify a system that separates families. I find it hard to justify a system that forces undocumented Americans to live in the shadows as second-class individuals. And I find it extremely hard to justify a system that intends to separate my mom from my 2 younger sisters. Thank you.